Hey everyone, it's Big Scribe here, and this is going to be a new series on my channel, and I'm going to call this, I don't know, I've been thinking of different names. This might change after a while, but I think I'm going to call this the Fat Boy Vlog. And, I mean, I admit I'm fat, and I'm not proud of it. I feel like this is an adventure I'd really like to take with you guys, and tell you the things that I go through. I might not be able to show you everything because I don't think everything is appropriate to show you, but I do want to explain some of the things that I go through as I'm trying to lose weight and the struggles of being overweight, because hopefully somebody will see this and this will help them. I have been overweight most of my life. I would say it really started around 14 is when it got very detrimentally bad. There was a lot that was going on in my family. My parents had just divorced the year before that, and my mom had moved what is now my stepdad in, and me and him didn't get along, and at 14 I ended up losing my virginity, and all kinds of stuff happened with my dad, and he ended up going to prison, and I slipped into this horrible depression, and I turned to getting high and drinking and all kinds of stuff, and I mean, it was just really, really bad, and I even attempted to take sleeping pills one time and just end it all. But there was an addiction that started around that time that I found comfort in, that I took solace in, and that was with food. And ever since then, food has been my number one drug. It has been the thing that I'm addicted to the most. When I was sad, I ate. When I was bored, I ate. When I was excited, I ate. And I just ate and ate and ate. And I gained more and more as the years went by. And it was pretty much unchecked. And, I mean, my mom tried to help me. Don't get me wrong. She tried to tell me that I needed to lose weight. And she tried to help me lose weight. And I just kept fighting everybody and fighting everybody. I just wanted to live my life the way I wanted to live it, and nobody could tell me any differently. And I still struggled with my self-image, and I hated the person looking back at me in the mirror, but I couldn't stop. I just could not stop eating, and honestly, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I still struggle with it every day. I still struggle with the desire to eat when I'm bored or when I'm sad. It's just something that I go to automatically in my mind, and I can't fight it. But God has been helping me, and He's getting me past that. And I'll admit, I fail every now and then, and I eat when I shouldn't, and when I'm not even hungry. And I struggle with that still. But it's a process, and I know it's something that I can break, and it's something I can get past. I just really have to be diligent and be determined, because honestly, right now, this isn't how I want to live my life. This isn't me. I don't feel like this body shows who I am, because I don't feel like this is the person that's inside. This shell, I don't like it, and I want to change it. I want to be comfortable in my own skin. I want to be able to look in the mirror and not feel disgusted. I want to be able to walk into Walmart and buy a shirt in my size. I want to live my life, like really live my life, go where I want to do what I want to do. I want to be able to walk down the street with my girl and not get out of breath and winded and hurting. I want to be able to walk through a store instead of having to use a wheelchair, because I feel ashamed of who I am. I feel ashamed of how I look, of how I feel, and I know that if I don't change something, I'm going to die. And I don't want to die. I want to live my life. I'm 27 years old and I've not even lived my life because I've been overweight and I've been stuck in a house. I feel so cut off from the world all the time and I'm so lonely all the time. And I feel like everything has to change. A couple months ago, I was in and out of the hospital for the better part of half of the last year. I was in and out of the hospital a lot, and I got to the point where I thought I was going to die, and I was pretty confident in the fact that I was going to die. And I had just accepted it. I was accepting defeat. I didn't even want to try anymore. I didn't see the point. But then I realized I wanted to live, and I just kept getting sick and kept getting sick, and I didn't understand why. And one day I was at the hospital, and this lady named Lynn came in, and she said, "Look, the staff sent me in here because they want to talk to you. They think you should consider weight loss surgery. We do it here. It's covered by Medicaid, and we think you should take it into consideration because you're going to die. If you don't change what you're doing, you're going to die." And people had told me that before. I had PE coaches and teachers and friends and family tell me that for years, but looking in the eyes of this medical professional, something clicked, but I was very angry about it, and I yelled at her, and I made her leave. And that night, they moved me into a room, and they moved me into another room because they needed a bed that a fat person could fit on without breaking the bed. And I was so mortified and ashamed. And God told me something. He said, if you don't change what you're doing, if you keep going down the road that you're going down, the next time you come in this room, you won't leave it. And that broke my heart. Because he was telling me that if I kept going down this path, I was going to die. And I'm not ready to die. I've not done what I set out to do. I'm not a published author. I don't have my own family and kids, and I haven't married the girl that I love. I haven't traveled the world. I haven't served God in the extent that I really want to serve Him. So I decided to start changing things. Before all this happened, I was drinking like a 2 liter of soda a day. Sometimes even more. Whole gallons of milk. I was really, really packing on the weight. And if I'm going to admit anything, then I'll admit that I still have issues overeating. But I think one of my biggest accomplishments in recent days has been for the past 2 months or so, I've drank no soda. I've been drinking water and Crystal Light. And honestly, I love it. Especially, I got some down here. I'll show you guys. Oh, I spilled some. Oh well. This is my new favorite flavor. It's grape, and it has caffeine in it. So if that's a reason why you're afraid to quit drinking soda, they have Crystal Lights with caffeine in it. And there's off-brands with caffeine too. They're called energy ones. And the Blueberry Acai Walmart brand is really, really good. You don't have to go on any special diet. You don't have to count calories necessarily. It's all about portion control. You can eat pretty much whatever you want, but you got to eat it in portions. Now me, I know the path I'm going down is I'm getting gastric bypass. In a couple of months, I'm going to be getting gastric bypass, and on the 26th, I go to my class. I've already had 2 meetings with my dietitian. I got to go to another meeting next month with the dietitian, and then I got to do the mental evaluation, and then I get my gastric bypass surgery. And gastric bypass surgery literally takes your stomach and shrinks it to like that, like the size of a walnut. And I literally will only be able to eat 2 ounces of food at a time. And for the first 2-3 months or whatever, it's like an all-liquid diet. I'm not allowed to have any solid food, and that's going to be hard for me because I have never done anything like that before. But one thing I am determined to do is, after my surgery, stop eating noodles and stop eating bread altogether, because that's literally just going to absorb and fill up my stomach too quickly. So I'll only be eating meats, I'll only be eating fruits, and I'll only be eating vegetables. I won't be eating any bread products whatsoever, any noodle products whatsoever, which is okay because I'm attempting to do a gluten-free, dairy-free diet, and that's something that I'd like to work towards. And it's a lot that's changing really quickly, and part of me is terrified, and the fat kid part of me is fighting me, and I have those moments where I start having cravings, and I'm not even hungry. Like, earlier today, all I could think about, because I was bored and lonely, and my girl was busy, and I was trying to find something to distract myself, my mind automatically went to, hey, why don't you go grab a snack? And that's so dangerous. So I need to be careful what I keep in my house from now on. I need to keep fruits and veggies in my house. That way, if I do snack, at least I'm snacking on a fruit or a vegetable. But I'd really like to break that cycle and separate my depression and anxiety and separate my emotions altogether from food, because food and emotions should not go together. Not like that. They shouldn't control each other. I shouldn't get excited over the thought of food. That shouldn't be my constant thought every single day. And my girl worries about that, and she's mentioned it before, and I've not paid attention to it until today when I heard myself talking to her. When I was describing what I was going to have for dinner for the next few days, and I was like, man, is that all you think about is food, Craig? I felt truly like a fat person in that moment. I was ashamed of myself, because that's the only thing I could think about. Talking to the woman I love, that's the only thing at that moment that I could bring to my mind, was that I wanted to eat something. I've got to change. And I'm determined to change. In the last 2 months, I've lost 45 pounds. Just because I stopped drinking soda. That's the only thing I changed. Was, well, that, and I've not been eating dairy. And trust me, that's been a struggle. But it's getting better. Everything's getting better. And life is going to be wonderful. Once I lose this weight, I'm going to be able to be so free. I can't wait to be able to walk into Walmart and buy a shirt in my size, and I'm going to bring the camera with me when I do it so I can show everybody that I met my goal. And another goal is to walk a 5K, which I also hope to vlog or at least get pictures for, because I've never been able to walk in a 5K before, and I think that would be awesome. And I've even added it to my bucket list. I want all my dreams to come true. And I know God is now leading me down a path that will provide an actual life for me, a life where I'm not stuck. in my apartment where I can actually be free and live for the first time in my 27 years. Actually live. I want to make God proud. I want to make the love of my life proud. I want to make my mom proud, my dad. I want to show the people that ever said that I'm never going to be anything more than the fat kid. I want to show them wrong. I want to show them that they were definitely wrong about me. I want to show everybody that ever thought I was a burden that I am somebody and that God has great plans for me. I'm trying to put my trust and my faith in Him because this is the door that He opened for me and that He showed me I had to choose. He set me on this path and I'm determined to take it. In the coming months, I hope to stop eating bread and noodles. I hope to continue with drinking the waters. But one thing I need to work on is my portions. I really, really need to work on my portions because it's getting out of hand. And I'm going to try and start doing that tomorrow. Like, really start doing that. For one thing, I'm not going to buy any more bread or noodles or anything like that. I'm going to make do with what God provides. And I'm going to try and start eating better. I don't want to die. I don't want to die the fat kid. I don't want to die the fat guy that was a burden to everybody. Right now I have to have a CNA just to do most of the things that normal people can do on their own. And I'm so ashamed of that. I just want to be able to do things for myself. I want to be strong and independent and happy. I want to show my girl that I can take care of her. I want to marry her. I don't want to drag her down with me. So I have no choice but to lose this weight. Because if I don't, my life is over. And I hope I can bring you guys on that journey with me. I'll try and do vlogs in the hospital and my surgery, and I'll try and bring my camera along when I go to physical therapy, when I go to the dietitian meetings. It would be nice if you guys would join me. I love you guys, and I thank y'all for the support and the prayers. They're truly a blessing. And right now I am taking a break from Facebook, my actual Facebook, but I will be back on there eventually. And I will share some of these videos on there. But I don't want to hide anything. I don't want to hide this journey that I'm going on, that God is taking me on. I want this to be an inspiration for people like me, especially young men like me, who think that it's too late, that they're too far gone. I weigh 684 pounds. I weighed 720 something just 2 months ago. That's the heaviest I've ever been. And I was so ashamed. I don't want to be like this. I don't want to be overweight. I don't want to be fat. I want to lose this weight so badly. And I'm going to fight this depression. I'm going to fight the food addiction. And I'm so thankful for the people that are there for me, supporting me. I truly, truly am thankful for everybody in my life. Especially my lady, my girl, the woman I love. She is such an inspiration. And she's willing to do everything that I have to go through to lose weight. She's willing to go through it too. She's willing to do the same diet that I've got to do. I just really want to change. Starting tomorrow, I'd like to start going out and taking at least a short walk outside, get some fresh air and move my legs, not stay stuck in my apartment all the time. I need to learn that there's nothing to be afraid of when it comes to exercise. Thank you guys for listening to me rant. And I know this probably wasn't the most entertaining video, but hopefully somebody out there, even just one single person, hopefully you're inspired by me standing up and taking a stand for myself. Hopefully that helps you to stand up and start moving too. I love y'all. God bless you.